Hi, I'm Johnny B, and welcome to McKinney ISD Sports Talk as we hit the links and talk golf with the Bulldog Nation of McKinney North. Great to be joined by Coach Chris James and Gary Hardin. And Chris, on the girls' side, when you went forward into this season, where did you think you guys kind of placed in your district?
We were realistically looking to see if we could get that second spot to make it to regionals. We lost two schools that weren't really competitive in golf and gained two schools that really were pretty good at golf. And so we knew it was going to be a challenge. And so we set a goal is to try to be close to that second spot going into the second day of regionals or districts.
When you take a look at some outstanding performances, Anne-Marie Kessler certainly stood out. She finished 16th out of 96 golfers at the 5A Region 2 tournament. What did you think about her play this year?
Well, it was incredible. Everything finally clicked on day two, the back nine of districts. She was brand new. She was a volleyball player in middle school, and then her freshman year, and she started taking lessons and just picked up the game. And she was constantly going, even her senior year, even though she wasn't going to play in college. And on the back nine at district, she was 2 under par going into like the 5th hole. And she ended up shooting her lowest score at the date with an 85. So she qualified by 1 stroke going into regionals. And then it just carried over. She practiced that week in between almost every day as much as she could. And her short game was just phenomenal. The first day at regionals, she was tied for a spot to go to state, actually with an 83, her new low score. And then on day two, she was hitting her irons actually better, and she didn't have to worry about her short game, but her putting kind of lacked a little bit. She had a couple 4 putts, and she ended up missing state by only 2 strokes. Wow. But she tied her second lowest score of 85, so she shot her last 3 rounds were her 3 lowest of her career, and so it was really incredible to watch that golf.
That's pretty spectacular play. Mm-hmm. When you take a look at now going forward with the nucleus of players you're having back and maybe some players you have to gain, how do you think you're looking for next year? We got 1 or 2 incoming freshmen that have actually played a little bit before, so we're going to look for those. They might have to step in because we're losing 2 seniors. We're going to lose a couple of sophomores that are going other ways. So we're going to have to bring in some new golfers this year. A couple of the freshmen are going to practice a lot this summer and maybe move into one of those spots because we used 3 sophomores this year. So we have kind of a mixture of young girls with a couple of years of experience, and then some new ones are going to have to come in and step up. As we talked to Gary Hardin on the boys' side, same kind of question, Coach. When you looked into the season, what kind of nucleus did you have, and where do you think you were going to place in districts and in region?
Well, actually, we lost heavily from the years before. We had won the 2 previous district championships, and we lost 3 of our top 5 players and only had young players coming up. So the expectations were not real high. You know, you're always hopeful, and we even did show a flash there in the district preview tournament, the 2nd district preview tournament. We finished 2nd in the district. So, you know, there were hopes, but the youth showed up in the district tournament, and we fell down to 5th place. But like I said, it was a growing year. It was a growth year. We knew we had young players, and it was going to take some time for them to mature and be ready to go.
What's the challenge as a coach looking at young players? What do you think the biggest challenge for younger players is?
The biggest challenge is preparing for tournament golf as opposed to just individual golf or just playing with your friends. It's just different in tournaments. The pressure is greater. You're playing with 3 other schools usually, and so just that experience of playing with those other schools and getting used to the competition is the hardest part.
Then that's got to benefit them now, having that under their belt as they go forward. They're a little bit more used to that pressure. Here's one of the things I want to ask you. How do you find in the high school level, how do you learn about golfers? Do they come to you and say, hey, I want to be a member of the team? Is that usually the process, or do you get some words that, hey, you know, you may want to go talk to this young kid, he can play some golf?
No, actually, they come to us. They know who the golf coach is, or they find out, or they ask somebody. But a lot of times they talk amongst themselves. The kids, you know, talk and say, hey, you ought to play golf. They know who the good golfers are. And so they come to us, and then we then have to go through the weeding out process of trying to decide who the better players are.
As you go forward into the summer months, what do you say to your team members? What would you like them to work on? What do you think they have to do? Is it just playing a lot of golf, or do you give them certain things that you would like them to work on in the summer months?
Actually, what we stress strongly is to play tournament golf in the summers. I try to encourage mine to play one tournament a week during the summers, either in one of the tours. They have a number of tours out there you can play, and it's nice to practice and play every day, but if you're not playing tournament golf, you're not staying sharp. Just like I said, there's a lot more pressure in tournament golf, and that's where you really find out how good you are and grow.
Fantastic. Coaches, thank you so much, and best of luck next year. And I know you have some people coming back and a lot of work to be done in the summer, but we look forward to talking to you next year.
Thank you, Johnny.
That's the latest on MISD Sports Talk as we get you updated on golf. We'll see you next time on McKinney ISD Sports Talk. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.